Hi guys, recently I made these honey pecan squares and they were absolutely out of this world. Each one had a layer of caramel and pecans on top with a really light fluffy sponge underneath. They were so beautiful. Start off by making that salted caramel layer to go on top. Do this by adding about 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter to a pan and about 90 grams of runny honey and a generous pinch of sea salt flakes, and just whisk it all up until it's all melted and combined. If you're wondering why I used unsalted butter and then just added salt anyway, it's because butters can vary an awful lot in saltiness, so it's best to use unsalted butter and then add a bit of salt to it. When that's all melted and nicely combined, go ahead and take it off the heat and pour it into a lined baking tin. This one is 9" by 9" or 23cm by 23cm. Move the tin around so that the caramel coats the bottom evenly. And scatter over about 100 grams of pecan halves. Now take your tin and set it aside until later. Now add another 100 grams of pecan halves to a food processor and blitz until they're a coarse powder. Now to the ground nuts, add about 180 grams of plain flour, about a half a teaspoon of sea salt flakes, 1 teaspoon plus an extra little bit of baking powder, and blitz them all up with the nuts. Now to a freestanding mixer, add 150 grams of room temperature unsalted butter, plus 130 grams of caster sugar. I'm using golden caster sugar here because I think it has a nicer flavour and it's less refined. Now cream the butter and sugar together. Of course you can do this with a wooden spoon as well, you don't need this fancy equipment, but either way just make sure that you cream the butter and sugar together until they're light and fluffy. Now add in 4 egg yolks. Keep the whites though, you'll need them later, and beat until it's looking nice and loose. Though here I decided to stop the mixer and scrape down the sides of the bowl with a rubber spatula because I didn't think it was mixing evenly enough. Then I just mixed it up again until it was really creamy. And then I added a good teaspoon of vanilla extract, another 90 grams of runny honey, and 160 milliliters of buttermilk. Now beat those in as well until they're all nice and incorporated too. Now add in your flour and nut mixture and beat to combine as well. Now take it out and transfer it to a clean mixing bowl. Attach the balloon whisk attachment to your mixer and replace the cleaned bowl. I didn't actually wash it though, but I did give it a really good wipe with a kitchen towel. Now add in your 4 egg whites you reserved from earlier and whisk them up for a good few minutes until you get really nice satiny stiff peaks. Now take your mixing bowl with all the other ingredients and add in your egg whites. Now very gently fold them in until they're completely incorporated. This will take some time because you want to do it really gently, keeping all the air in the egg whites. This will in turn make the cake rise a lot more and give it a really light, airy texture. When you have something that looks like this, take back your cake tin with that salted caramel honey pecan mixture and pour over your cake mix and make sure that it's evenly layered. Give it a little bit of a shake and transfer it to a preheated oven at 175 degrees Celsius for about 40 minutes. 40 minutes later, just take it out. Let it cool slightly there for just a couple of minutes on a wire rack before you take a chopping board or a serving platter and place it over the top of the tin, and then carefully but confidently do the old flipperoo. Remember, this tin still has molten caramel in the bottom of it, so you need to do this quickly as well. Now just remove the tin, followed by the baking parchment. This could be a little tricky because it'll be sticky and hot. There we go. And just leave it there to cool completely before you try to cut it. If you don't wait until it cools completely, it'll all just fall apart completely. These really were so delicious and perfect with a cup of tea, but if you wanted to make them a little bit healthier, you could serve them with my homemade yogurt. I'll put the link to that recipe in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, I'd love it if you hit the like button below and also hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you followed me on social media, that'd be cool too. You'll find all the links to my accounts in the description below, as well as the link to my blog where you'll find the full recipe at www.rookiecook.org.